Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks from Gany Titan. So I finally purchased the M103. Didn't quite have enough free experience to unlock the first package, the 120mm gun, but I had managed to get within 9,000 experience of it. So I went ahead and I purchased it anyway. I thought that I could build up 9,000 experience using the stock gun without too much difficulty. After all, I'd been using the stock gun in the T29 and the T32. I must say that the stock M109 is probably worse than the T39 or the T22 or the T32 or the T29, and that's mostly down to the turret. While the frontal armor of the turret is pretty much as good as the two lower tier tanks. The side armor was absolutely rubbish. 53mm pretty much stops nothing, and a lot of my games ended prematurely because I was taking hits into the side armor. So it is pretty strong one-on-one. If you can face the turret of the enemy and take on one enemy at a time, you are reasonably strong position. But if you get caught with multiple enemies and you're very vulnerable when firing at one particular enemy for another one to come along and basically put a round through the side of the cheeks of your turret. So this is one of the early games that I had on Prokhorovka, and I was quite fortunate in this particular game because there is no artillery. So given the weaknesses of the side of the turret at this point that I had kind of really realised, I was decided to basically use the tank as a kind of a heavy scout, basically scouting the central ridgeline. Normally I would favour being further east along the railway edge, on the inside of the railway edge, and using the tank both for scouting the ridgeline and taking any opportunity snapshots and things like that you get crossing across the ridgeline, but without taking too much risks. Exposing yourself on the ridgeline and waiting to aim is a most game in the early game because there's just too many tanks at the other side looking for something to shoot at. However, further east you also have the opportunity to take fire into tanks that are detected on the hill. However, given the weakness of the turret armor on the side of this tank, I didn't want to take on that role because there's a very strong risk that you get return fire from either across the ridgeline or from the side of the hill, return fire from the hill when you're facing the other way. So I didn't think that the M103 stock turret was able to cope with that. Took very severe punishment there from a Waffenträger V100 that's down in the corner, hidden. He put a couple of rounds into me and tracked me. Forced me to use my repair kit. So I'm going to relocate slightly. Not sure whether I'll completely have the rock between me and him, but it might help. And that Carnarvon is not looking at me, so I can put a round into his commander's hatch from the back of the turret. So that was a nice kill. I haven't done too much damage on my own account yet, but it's not. It's early days, and it's not a thing to be taking too many risks. So there's the Waffenträger V100, and I just snap a shot off and managed to get a hit. And I'm back far enough that risking aiming him on the reload probably worth it, especially with the absence of artillery. However, he's backed into cover before I've done it, and as soon as I poke up a little bit further I get detected. Sixth sense goes off, so yeah, back off. No point hanging around. The combination of either being exposed or having just people come over the ridge in YOLO is just too strong. So we basically relocate again. Sixth sense has gone off, but it'll take a while for them to zone in on me, and it's worth a snapshot at the Waffenträger because taking that autoloader out of the game at this stage would be quite valuable for our team. So the name of the game in Prokhorovka is just keep moving. It's a habit I have anyway, I suppose, from playing it with artillery. I probably wouldn't need to keep as moving as much. But still, it's a good idea not to poke the ridge at the same location multiple times, because somebody will just realise what you're doing and just sight in on your spot and catch you coming over. The M103 has pretty strong hull armour, but it still has the weaknesses in the lower front plate that most American tanks have. The upper hull armour is pretty strong, but the front, like I said, the front turret is actually very strong, and it's well sloped. So he set that AMX on fire, but it looks like he had automatic fire extinguishers. Now the situation has gotten much stronger for our team, so you can start afford to taking a few more risks. Bounce a shot off the top of the Object 430 there, but I don't want to get into a knife fight with an Object 430 either, especially since I wasn't too sure which side of the railway that T-32 was on. However, the 430 is going for our T-57 Heavy, so I pop a shot off him as he was crossing the ridgeline. I just thought it would be worth it if I could knock some damage out of him and give the T-57 Heavy a chance. I managed to put a shot into the engine of the Waffenträger and somebody else finished him off, which was a valuable kill for our team. And now I'm going to try and help the T-57 Heavy. So I pop over the ridge, but I bounced that shot and I decided I'm going to keep coming. It's time to swing over the ridge anyway. There are very few enemy tanks left, so now's the time to push. However, I don't want to, like I said, get too close to the Object 430. It's in a knife fight situation, the advantages are all his. He's got the higher rate of fire and he's got faster mobility, so he'd be able to get around me and do a circle of death around me far more easier than I'd be able to turn and keep facing him. However, he's now engaged in a T-54 and I'm actually managed to get some shots into him, and the T-54 finishes him off before I complete my reload. Now there's only one enemy tank remaining, so it's pretty much game over. So I did reasonably well there. I got 10 damaging ribbons, and admittedly some of those, 3 or 4 of them, are fire damage increments, and 6 spotting ribbons, which is not bad because I don't have any optics or view range enhancements on this crew. Very marginal shot here on the T110E3, bounce it and somebody else finishes them off. So overall, I really enjoy the M103. I've managed to unlock the top turret since this video was recorded. Did pretty well in that match, over 2k damage, 1400 assisted. And I can't remember now, came fairly high on the experience table as well, 3rd. So yeah, overall, good tank, I enjoy it, and I really recommend it. A lot of fun, and I'll catch you again soon.